You should be familiar with this view, right? This is a variable view of the data set. There are 3 variables, as you can tell here. And then if you switch to the data view, it looks something like this. You have 3 columns of numbers. Those are your data. And each column represents a variable. And so here, as we can tell, there are 11 cases for each variable, and we have 3 variables. Or, in other terms, we have 3 things to look at. And they are, in this case, college experience, resilience, and quiz 1 score. Those are real data from your responses. So, and it'll be interesting to look at how they correlate with each other, or do they correlate with each other at all? That would be an interesting question to ask, because as we covered, correlation looks at the relationship between 2 things every time, 2 things at a time. And we have 3 things, and in SPSS, it's really simple to do that. But like I said, the worksheet asks you to check the descriptive first, and also to look at the distribution to see if it is normal so that we can move on. And to complete the first table, which is on descriptive information, we are familiar with that. We can do, this is SPSS, and then all analyses are under Analyze button. As you can see, this is a list of all analyses. And then the second one is descriptive statistics. And for assignment 2, I asked you to use this one, the second one from top, descriptives. Actually, I think I asked you to do frequencies. But in fact, the top 3, all of them can generate descriptive statistics, but focusing on different aspects. And this time, we will do the third one, explore. Because with this one, that will give you all the information at one time. And so I click that. And this is the dialog window. And if you work with SPSS often enough, you will see in many aspects, it is very similar to any Office software. And you can drag, just like what I did, drag the window to make it larger. And then you can select all by Control A. So many shortcut keys are the same, actually. And when you look at the dependent list, that is, you tell SPSS what variables you want to analyze. And this is the software language. So basically, we will have one more lab session on group differences. But if you understand SPSS language better, you will see every time you click some analysis, there will be a dialog window. That's your dialogue, the dialogue between you and SPSS. You tell SPSS what to do. And the first step is always identify the variable. So SPSS wants you to tell it what you want to look at first. Does it make sense? And so this box is actually where the place for you to identify things you want to look at and tell SPSS, okay, I want to look at these 3 things. So you can select them all and pull them into the box here. Because this box is large and you can tell by default, it allows for multiple variables to be entered at one time. Sometimes you will see just one narrow text box. That's the assumption. You can only enter one variable at a time. And we do not have any factor here. And there are always other options once you identify the variable. So first step, you tell SPSS what to look at, and then you tell SPSS what to do specifically. This is within the dialogue of descriptives. So we want to do descriptives, but what about descriptives? Then we use these buttons and tell SPSS. Statistics, and under Explore Statistics, the default is checked is descriptives because it's supposed to provide a descriptive, so it's checked by default. You do not need to change anything. And the confidence interval for the mean is 95%. This is kind of mentioned in your textbook somewhere, but it's not elaborated on. Just to briefly introduce this term to you so that you know we can move on. It just means how confident you are that your results will fall into this range. 95%, 95 times out of 100, you are confident your results will fall into this range. And that is an accuracy statistic. Basically, you look at that and you know if it is very narrow range, you know your results estimates are very accurate. And if it's a very wide range, so anything can fall into that, that will be not